Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to my business educational platform. I am at here to teach you the principles of the management. The textbook which I will follow is 10th edition by Stephen P. Robbins and Mary Coulter, Pearson Education. The reference text which I will follow is Management by Chuck Williams, Southwestern Publishing. So before starting the course, I would like to describe the course objectives, why we should read this course. There are three basic objectives after learning this course which you will get. This course is used to provide students with the theoretical background regarding introduction to management. It's also used for assisting students in applying acquired skills and knowledge to real-life situations. It is also used to providing a virtual classroom environment that enhances the quality of learning of the off-campus students. So here is what the course policy, the course description which we will use throughout the course. We will start from management and its theories, organizational culture, decision making, planning fundamentals, organizational structure, strategic management, organizing, human resource management, leadership, understanding groups and teams, motivating employees, communication, and controlling. This is the course policy and course description which we will follow throughout the course. And we will start from the chapter 1, that is management and its theories. In today's lecture, I will discuss what is management, who is manager, types of managers, functions that managers perform, managerial roles, skills that a manager must require, and what is an organization and why we should study this management book. So, what is the management? If you think about the word management, what comes in your mind? It's getting work done through others effectively and efficiently. Oh, there comes two other words, effectiveness and efficiency. How you will describe what the effectiveness is and what the efficiency is? So, as per book's definition, it describes efficiency as getting work done with a minimum of effort, expenses, or wastage. Whenever you will require to accomplish a task, you need to save some sort of money and expenses so that it become profitable for you and your organization. So it's also described the efficiency as doing things right. The most output for least input. So you must produce more by consuming less. And the effectiveness is about accomplishing tasks that help fulfill organizational objectives. It describes doing the right things. Suppose you are driving a car, you must focus on driving, not on other things. So it is the effectiveness. From organizational point of view, the tasks which are assigned to you from accounting department, you must accomplish it within that ranges. You must not forward it to the marketing department or some other departments as well. So if you will move forward to the other departments, it will not show your effectiveness and you will not be the profitable. Then the organization will also suffer losses. So being a manager, you have to contribute effectively and efficiently. The book describes management as it involves coordinating and overseeing the work activities of others so that their activities are completed effectively and efficiently. If there will be the less cost, then the organizational will be profitable. If the organizational will be the profitable, it will pay you more. So you have to work in the best interest of the organization. That's why it is necessary to understand what the management is. Then, who is manager? Manager is someone who coordinates and oversees the work of others people so that organizational goals can be accomplished. Now, manager is someone who oversees the work of others, their effectiveness, their efficiency, so that the organizational goals can be accomplished. Then, what are the organizational goals? Organizational goals could be being profitable or being working with the best interest for the society. There exist some non-profitable organizations as well. So their work is to the betterment of the society. So what are the types of managers? There exist three type of managers which start from hierarchical order, like there exist top managers like CEOs, chief executive officers, middle managers, supervisors, first line managers and non managerial staff. Let us discuss them one by one. Who are the top managers? They are the first line. Who are the first line managers? They are the one who manage the performance of entry level employees, encourage, monitor and reward the performance of workers. They teach entry level employees how to do their jobs, make detailed schedules and operating plans. They are the ones, these tasks are assigned to first line managers. Manage the performance of entry level employees, encourage and monitor and reward performance of workers, teach the entry level employees and make detailed schedules of operating plans and operating plans. Then who are the middle managers? Middle managers are the one that they plan and allocate resources to meet the objectives, coordinate and link groups, determine and deviance, monitor and manage the performance of subunit and managers who report to them, implement changes or strategies generated by top managers. They will work under the top managers and the first line managers will work under the middle line managers. This is how the hierarchy is designed. Then who are the top managers? Top managers are the one who formulate the strategies and create context for change, develop commitment and ownership in employees, create a positive organizational culture through language and action, monitor business environments. So, what are the functions that managers perform? There are four functions that managers perform. It starts from the planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. So, what is basically the purpose of planning? Basically, planning is done in order to achieve certain sort of goals. Like you have some vision in mind, you plan and formulate strategies to accomplish that goal. As per book, it describes the planning as determining organizational goals and means for achieving them. After planning, then there comes the organizing. How you are organizing the stuff in order to accomplish that goal. Deciding where decisions will be made, who will do what job and tasks, who will work for whom. This is all comes in the organizing category. Then you have to lead. Being a manager, there are four functions. And after planning, after organizing, there comes the role of leading. You have to lead all the employees working with and through people to accomplish goals. And you have to work with lower level staffs in order to accomplish organizational goals. Then there comes the role of controlling. If any activity occurs out of the designed schedule, then you have to monitor and control. You have to design a benchmark in order to control monitoring progress toward goal achievement and taking corrective action when needed. If something occurs out of the boundaries, then you have to control as well. So these are the basic four functions that a manager must perform in order to be working with the best interests of organization. So Henry Bengen described managerial roles in three categories. These are the informational, interpersonal, and decisional. So in informational, there exist three subcategories as well, which starts from monitoring. The role as being a monitor, like being informational manager, you have to monitor certain sort of information, seek and acquire work related information. You have to seek for the work related information. For example, scan, read trade press, products and reports, attend seminars and trainings, maintain personal contacts. Also, you have to perform the role as disseminator. Who is disseminator? Disseminator is someone who communicate, disseminate information to others within the organizations. The disseminator will work all the information within the organization, and the spokespersons will disseminate informations out of the organizations. The examples exist: send memos and reports, informations, staffs and subordinates of the decision making members. So disseminator will work within the organization, spokesperson will work outside the organization. He will send forward all the information outside the organization. Then we have the managerial role as interpersonal. Who is interpersonal? Interpersonal, there exist three subcategories, like figurehead. Figure is head, someone perform social and legal duties as a symbolic leader. Like interpersonal's role is to being social. If any activity or you have to arrange seminars, being socialized, it comes from the society. Then we have leader, which direct and motivate subordinates, select and train employees. Then we have lion, that establish and maintain contacts within and outside the organization. Examples exist include almost all interactions with the subordinates. And the example of liaison business correspondence, participation in meetings with the representative of other divisions and organizations. Then we have the role of decision making. In decision making, there exist four categories as per Bensberger's managerial roles. It starts from the entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is someone who create employment opportunities, identify new ideas, and initiate improvement projects. Examples exist: implement innovations, plan for the future. Then we have disturbance handlers, which deals with dispute or problems and take corrective actions. If any discrepancies occurs, then the disturbance handler will deal with that. Examples exist: settle conflict between subordinates, choose strategic alternative, overcome crisis situations. If any crisis situation occur, then the disturbance handler will deal with that matter. Then we have resource allocator. Resource allocator will allocate all the resources. It decides where to apply resources. Example exist like draft and approval of plans, schedule budget, set priorities. Then we have negotiator. Negotiator will negotiate with others like to have a win situation for the organization. He will perform a diplomatic role and in the best interest of the organization. Example exist like negotiation a business deal so that the organization become profitable. So what skills manager require? It require technical skills, human skills, conceptual skills, motivating to manage. What are these skills? Technical skills include knowledge and proficiency in specific field. Human skills are associated with humans, how you are dealing with persons as per environment and time, the ability to work well with other people. Then we have conceptual skills, the ability to think and conceptualize about abstract and complex situations concerning the organization. So this was all from the first chapter of Stephen Roberts' book. I hope you understand what the definition of management is, who is the manager, what are the roles that a manager must perform, what are the skills that a manager must have.